Close the door after you, will you, Fred? Good night.
Good night at 4:30 in the afternoon.
You can call it what you like, mate, but once that door is closed for the day, that's good night to me.
No, it's not. There's the clearing away and the washing up to do yet.
Oh, it's slavery, that's what it is. I'm working me fingers to the bone day in and day out.
No, you poor Adam, by soul, my heart bleeds for you if there does.
Well, I tell you straight, if I'd known what this lot was, I wouldn't have gone in for it.
If you'd known what?
Well, it's all this slogging away in the twilight of my life.
Twilight of your life, you're hardly past tea time. Now, come on. Get on with the clearing up. Dear.
Oh, not more. Honest, I sometimes wonder what she thinks I am.
Do you really?
Just say.
Yes, I heard you. And I do wish you'd stop behaving like two spoilt kids. Get on with the washing up. I'll do the drying.
Oh, will you? Oh, well...
Don't you get any fancy ideas. I've got something very special for you to do.
Special?
You know.
I know.
You said you'd do it when you've got a minute. Now you've got a minute, do it.
Do what?
Or if you don't want to do it, let me know and I'll do it myself.
Oh, I don't. What are you rabbiting on about?
You know very well, but if you want it out in the open, all right, I mean him. Upstairs.
Oh, him. Osbert, you mean? Oh, yeah, well, where's the broom? I'll have a quick flick round the cat.
Later. Right now, you are going upstairs to talk to Mr. Rigby Soames.
Mister, I thought he was a major.
He was, he's right, if he ever was.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
Oh, yes, he was, Eddie, but now he's retired, you see. That major is a sort of courtesy title.
Yes? Oh, well, it suits him. I mean, he's very courteous.
If you've finished, he owes me 4 weeks' rent and he's getting no courtesy out of me.
Oh, you've changed your tune, I must say. Last week you was all over him.
That was last week.
Yes, and last week you was calling money sordid. Do you remember?
Yes, she was. I heard her. Oh, I reckon he's a smashing fella. He's so clean cut.
When he's not half cut.
But he holds it well.
Oh, yes, that's perfectly true. Yes, well, you have to speak as you find.
Now, do leave. Oh, get on with the washing up. You upstairs.
Yes. Yeah, no, I was going. I was, you know.
All right, you tell him I want the rent or the room and he's got till tonight, right?
Right.
Well, all right, then go on.
Yes. Do you mind? That's addressed to me.
You can read it later upstairs.
Now, look, Ada.
Major Rigby Soames, the rent or the room tonight. Right.
All right, I'm going.
And don't take your time.
Osbert, it's me, Alf.
Are you going to do it?
Yes. Now then, I know you're in there. Go on. Open up. No, I wouldn't bother, mate. If she wants to come through that door, that won't stop her.
You're right, of course. Who or what could possibly withstand that mighty onslaught? The Bastille, Fort Knox, suitably reinforced.
Oh, you're in one of your philosophical moods, ain't you?
Purely as an anesthetic, I assure you. When one is facing the firing squad, one endeavors to induce a sort of painless philosophical dream state. One takes some small consolation.
Yes, I can smell it from here.
My sincere apologies. So, drink deep of the fountain of forgetfulness.
Yes, I can use a bit of amnesia sometimes myself. Oh, there's a lovely drop of philosophy you got there. That's it. You feel better, do you?
Much. I may possibly live.
I wouldn't bank on it, mate. You're up the creek. Ada has issued an ultimatum. She says the rent or the room by tonight.
Yes, I know. I heard.
Yeah, well, we've got to put our heads together and figure out some way of helping you. Now, just a minute. No, I hate to be sort of sordid, Major, but that's the point, mate. I mean, it's got to be the rent or the room by tonight. Now, that should hold her for a bit. Now then, so. Yeah. Now then, you haven't by any chance got the money, have you?
If I had, do you think I should be drinking myself into a state of oblivion? No. If go I must, I shall go in the glorious tradition of the Rigby Soames. Unruffled, unflinching, unconscious.
Oh, well, come off it, mate. You're getting dead sordid. I mean, you're not gone yet, are you?
Maybe not gone, but definitely going. Even now the great auctioneer is raising his gavel, clutching his book of destiny, and uttering those dreaded words. Osbert Rigby Soames, this is your lot.
Well, when do you think you'll have the money, then?
Next week, for certain.
I don't understand. It's a fellow with your connections, and you're always skint.
I wouldn't have been skint if the Duchess hadn't let me down.
No, the Duchess, oh, yes.
Wonderful form. You fancied her?
Oh, yes, I fancied her. I spent money on her. She came 14th in a field of 12.
Females, whether they're horses or women, you can't depend on them. Except Ada. We can depend on Ada. When Ada says tonight, she doesn't mean next week.
No. Oh, well. I'll help you pack. Here, don't leave off. You're getting me as bad as you are now. Come on, Osburton, mate. Take courage. We ain't licked yet, you know.
Tomorrow, Newmarket. Sleeping Prince, if I only had a stay.
You'd be down the drain, mate. Sleeping Prince. Why don't you do as the good book saith? Put not thy faith in princes.
Now who's being philosophical?
Oh, being practical, mate. It's not tomorrow that we need the money. It's tonight. Or one good excuse.
Perhaps I could arrange to drop dead or something.
Now, there you see. There you go. You see, you're always overdoing it. No. Wait a minute. Now, you might be on the right track.
Very well, I'll just drop half dead.
That's it. You're ill. And there you lay. Pale, white, pitiful.
Oh, steady on. She might come up and nurse me.
Well, of course she will. She'll be so busy nursing you, she won't even give a word to the rent. Because Ada's got what we call a single-track mind.
Oh, don't. Can't you reason with her? Get me a stay of execution, talk to her.
What about?
Anything, everything. Just keep her off the subject of me and my rent.
Oh, you're asking something there, mate. Like I said, Ada's got a one-track mind still. For you, I'll try. Yes, I'm coming. I want to bung that with the empties, mate.
Oh, thank you so much. At least the fireworks will create a diversion.
Fireworks? There won't be no fireworks.
There will when she smells your breath.
Don't be so silly, mate. Ada's not small-minded about things like that. Oz, you got any strong peppermints?
No, it's a funny thing. You're up to your elbows in tea all day long, but when you knock off, what's the first thing you reach for?
Knock up.
Well, I won't say no.
You never have yet.
Oh, Alf, it's getting cold, I see. Should I cover it up for you?
No, there's enough covering up for him, done as it is. If he's not down here in 20 seconds, he's going to get it hot and strong. Oh, there you are, Well,
oh, yes, very well. I've never felt better. There was this pain in me chest like a knife, but apart from that,
I am not inquiring after your health. When I say well, I mean well. Well,
Well, what?
is he paying and staying or owing and going?
Yes, he's definitely arranging something to our mutual satisfaction. Well, I told him straight. I mean, you heard me, didn't you? Well, that's all arranged. Now, to change the subject.
We are not changing the subject.
Yeah, and you're so right. I mean, that's what's ruining the art of conversation, the chopping and the changing, the not dissecting the one topic before passing on to the next. You know, it's very funny you should bring this up. We were only discussing this today at dinner time. Do you know what Paddy said to me?
You've been drinking.
No, he didn't say anything. No, I said, well, we can discuss that if you like, yes. Now, what makes you think I've been drinking?
You're talking too much and you're eating peppermint.
No, that's purely circumstantial evidence. You've got to be very careful with that there circumstantial evidence, you know. I mean, people have been hung for less.
I'll bear that in mind. Now, let's get back to Osbert.
Well, there you are. You're changing the subject again. Here, now, here. Etty, now, that's a very nice coat, isn't it? Is it new?
Well, this whole thing, I've had it years. That's new, though. Whiskey-flavoured peppermint.
No, it's very funny now that you should bring that subject up. You know, yes, that's a new process being developed by the Patagonians. Now, they take...
You are wasting your breath. I've got a one-track mind.
And you're not kidding, are you? Oh, well, I tried. Now, look, Ada, he's definitely going to have the money by next week, and I am prepared to accept that.
Well, I'm not. Now I'm changing the subject. Read your letter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's funny.
Well,
It's unopened.
Are you insinuating that... I'm not in the habit of opening other people's letters. I am not interested in your correspondence. I couldn't care less who writes to you. I don't want to know. It's from your brother Alf. Well, I know he's writing, and who else do we know in Chorleywood?
Oh, of course. Stone me for one moment. I thought you'd develop X-ray vision.
Where you're concerned, I've always had it, mate, so don't you go lulling yourself into any false sense of security.
Now, do you mind? I'd like to read what my brother Alfred has to say.
All right, then. But I shouldn't think that's much, knowing him supposed to hold down such a very important job. Doesn't say boo to a goose. I've never seen him open his mouth. Mind you, I'm not surprised with that wife of his, Clara. Talk? Ha! I've never heard a woman talk like her in all my life. Do you know that poor little devil never gets a word in his way?
He's not the only one, is he? Is he? Dear Alf and all.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that means you. This is I hope this finds you as it leaves me. I have been having a very rough time lately.
Oh, that's a fine start. They want something. His family never writes unless they want something.
Now, will you be quiet? Now, my dear wife, Claire...
Claire? She was Clara when they lived in Wapping.
My dear wife, Claire, has had a lot of trouble lately with her nerves.
Nerves? She hasn't got no nerves. She just gets on other people.
Hey, will you knock off? The doctor has ordered complete rest. So she's staying with friends of hers in the south of France.
The south of France? When I get nerves, it's a couple of aspirins and get on with it. Oh, they are a toughy nose.
Have you quite finished? Now I have to suddenly myself leave the country.
I'm not surprised. I often wonder where their money come from.
On business. My firm is sending me to Australia.
Good for them. What's he want you to do? Wave them goodbye?
If you keep quiet just for a minute, we'll find out, wouldn't we? My firm is sending me to Australia, And, oh, blimey, they want us to have Georgie.
There you are, what did I tell you?
Who's Georgie?
It's the son of a right little handful he is, I can tell you.
Come off it, Ada. We haven't seen him since he was 6 years old. He must be about 17
There
by
you
now.
are, you see. Get a Christmas card for him once in the blue moon, and now this.
Oh, we don't have to have him, you know. I mean, he says here, if we can't have him, Flo will have him.
Your sister Flo?
Oh, I wouldn't trust my worst enemy with your sister Flo. We'll have Georgie.
No. Oh, yeah, now, I don't know so much. Here, listen to this. I hope you can do something with Georgie. He is quite beyond me. He has driven his poor mother around a bend, and I myself am quite up the wall with him.
Oh, they sound like a family of acrobats.
Do you mind? I have tried, but nothing I say does any good. He has practically smashed our home up, and the last time it was the police.
Oh, charming.
Well, that does it, doesn't it? I mean, Flo can have him.
I am disgusted with you, Alf Larkins.
What's that?
Spurning your own flesh and blood. A child need of care and attention. No, we'll have Georgie. You just write and say so.
No.
You write that letter. I am quite looking forward to having him.
Well, I'm not, and if you ask me...
No, I'm not asking you, and if you've had the tea, you can off it. Don't be late in the morning.
Oh.
I think we'll put him in number 3. Yes, we'll put him in number 3. We'll take the bookcase out of number 2 because he needs books. That's probably the root of all his trouble. He's had no fodder for his mind. Yes, the laundry's back, so I've got plenty of sheets and pillowcases. But the overlay's all right. But the blanket...
Ada, yes, I was just coming to see you about that little...
Not now, Osbert, not now. I've got things on my mind. Yes, I've got to...
Well, where's your juvenile delinquent, then?
I can't understand it. According to Ted's wire, he should have been here hours ago.
Well, I shan't shed no tears if you don't turn up at all. Life's quite hard enough as it is without having an hulking great teddy boy round the place. Honest, I reckon Ada wants her head examined.
Yes, but it does take our mind off other things, doesn't it? Poor old Osbert. Do you know he's been upstairs in his room for the last 3 days just sitting there with his fingers crossed?
Oh, no, poor little love. Did you give him the pork pie?
Yes. He says you was an angel.
Yeah, she'd have cut me, I would have been. She's still at it in there.
Oh, yes, you know Ada with her one-track mind.
Ow!
Coming up. What's the matter, girl?
I'm worried about Georgie. What do you think's happened to him?
Oh, it's very difficult to say with a kid like that. I mean, he's probably out enjoying himself somewhere. He costing an old lady or robbing a bank.
He should have been here, Big Dean, that's all.
Well, some of these old ladies, you know, they're very tough.
I would do wish you'd stop trying to be funny and be a bit constructive. We ought to let the police know.
I reckon they know already.
Oh, do stop it. It's not the way to treat these children. It says so in here.
Child psychology. Ada, he's 17 years old. He's probably 6'4". He's got a beetle haircut, a leather jacket and a motorcycle. Oh, you'll soon change your tune when he's doing a ton round the top landing.
Oh, and if he is like that, it's just because of stupid people like you. The blame rests squarely on the parents. And with the lot he's got, I'm not surprised he's got an octopus complex.
Well, if he's got one of them, I reckon he knocked them all. Listen, Ada, he doesn't need a psychologist. He needs a good lion tamer, mate. I know these teenage tearaways, you know. It's, well, I mean, you don't know what you let us in for,
Oh,
mate.
whatever it is, we're in for it now, aren't we? If he wants taming, I'll tame him. I don't care if he's 10 foot tall with tufts.
If you want my notice, you can have it. And if you want your nephew, he's come. Oh, my God.
Now, hold it. No, I'll protect you. All right, then. All right. Now, come on in. Come on, we're in here.
Oh.
Hello. I'm Georgie.
Quiet this morning, isn't it?
They'll be in here mob-handed in a minute. So if you've finished giving your impression of a paperweight, perhaps you wouldn't mind getting on with the bread and butter.
Only have to ask, you know. You don't have to be sarky. Where's Georgie, then?
Oh, he's having a nice lie-in. He had a rough day yesterday, one way or another. What with losing his way and being greeted by a screaming woman chucking plates about.
I did explain that. He come in sudden by the back door and caught me right
Yes,
up
we heard.
Well, my nerves was all shaky as it was.
You should join Clara in the south of France.
Oh, chance would be a fine thing. Oh, he seemed quite a nice lad, I thought.
Now he is, Etty, he really is.
I suppose he just breaks out in odd spots.
Eh?
Oh, there's some like that, you know. Right as ninepence, then comes a full moon and they're struck.
You'll get struck in a minute. I shan't wait for a full moon. Now, do feel your age, Etty. There is nothing wrong with that boy.
No? Then why did they write that in the letter, then, about him sending his poor mother silly?
She's as silly as a box of lights from the start. There is nothing wrong with that boy, I tell you. You've only got to look at him. He's as good as gold. We shan't have any trouble with him. There's only one way to bring up kids. Love them, feed them, and keep them out of bad company.
Astounding. Do go on. It astounded me, I can tell you. Well, then there was a sort of a deathly hush. And then all the police came round.
And that's when your mother started making the low moaning noises and throwing the eggs about. Well, I shouldn't worry too much about it, Georgie. After all, family life is like that.
Yes, well, mine is anyway.
I say, you sure I'm not wasting your time, sir?
Oh, good heavens, no. Time's the one thing I've got plenty of. Get very few visitors at this hour in the morning.
Hello. You here, are you?
And a very interesting little chat we had, too.
Good. Well, you pop downstairs now, Georgie. Your auntie's making your breakfast.
Oh, right. Thanks, Uncle. Oh, dear. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
It's quite all right, Georgie. Don't bother to pick it up. I was thinking of changing the room round anyway. Just run along.
All right. See you later, sir.
Nice lad, that.
Yes, he is. You know, I'm beginning to agree with Ada. My brother and his wife, they must be out of their minds. He's a perfectly nice boy. He'll be no trouble at all. Which brings me back to a rather unpleasant point. Do you, by any chance, have the rent?
You know perfectly well I can't pay the rental next Friday.
Friday? Oh, was, but mate, I think that's going to be about 3 days too late.
All right, well, lend it to me just till Friday.
Ah, was, but you know that I never lend.
Oh, come on. Have a snort.
So? Oh.
Yes?
No.
You rotten old stinker. You'd throw me to the wolves.
I'm not throwing you to the wolves. I told you her way out, didn't I? I mean, chuck a dummy. Let Ada nurse you till Friday.
Never.
Oh, well, then on your own head be it. Here. I smuggled you a sandwich.
Thank you.
It's fish-based and cress, and it's yesterday's, but it's the thought that counts.
Well, as it turns to ashes in my mouth, I'll think of you.
Oh, all right, then, be like that. And while we're being so selfish, why should we not pay our rent?
We will, in full, on Friday.
Good luck, mate.
I think I shall manage somehow until Friday.
Oz, you got any more of them peppermints?
No.
Well, Georgie, I hope you're hungry, because I've made you a nice big breakfast. Here we are, then. Georgie. Georgie!
What?
Your breakfast, dear.
Oh, yes, sorry. Oh, dear, I'm sorry. Auntie, I'm terribly sorry.
That's all right, dear. Accidents will happen.
I know.
Oh, that's all right, Georgie. I'll get you some more cornflakes.
Hello. What's all this, then? Breakfast in the living room?
Oh, well, it's Georgie's first day with us, and I wanted to make him feel really at home, so we're having ours with him.
Right.
Here we are, Georgie. Movie books, dear. Here's your cornflakes.
Yes, Auntie.
Leave it!
Oh, are you sure?
I'm absolutely certain. Georgie, dear, do you have to have these books on the breakfast table?
Oh, they're my school books. Oh, but if you say so...
leave him alone, Ada. The boy has got to exercise his mind. It's very nice to have somebody around here who's not dead ignorant.
Oh, gosh, thanks very much, Uncle Alf.
Don't look for
That serves you right for interfering. Now, we'll have no more books on the meal table, right?
Right, Uncle Alf, I'm terribly sorry.
Well, boy, son. Accidents will happen.
You began to notice that, have you? I'll get a cloth. Oh, stay where you are! Do not move a muscle. Here. You can have mine.
I'm awfully sorry.
That's all right, Georgie. Here, do you carry on like this at home?
Oh, not all the time. It's only when I'm nervous.
Nervous, son? You don't have to be nervous here, boy. Not with your auntie and me.
No, you talk to him, Al. Stop him being nervous, for God's sake. Talk to him.
Yes, look, you like your school then, do you, Georgie?
Oh, it's all right, but I like studying at home the best, though. Do you know they barred me from the chemistry lab in my last school?
They didn't.
Just 'cause a couple of things got broken. That's the trouble with these schools, you know. They don't encourage you to experiment. And a fuss they made over a few mouldy old panes of glass.
Panes of glass?
But I proved my theory. You can run a Bunsen burner off high-octane fuel. For a few seconds anyway, before it blows up. That's the trouble with these stinks masters, you know. I think it was spite, really. And they're so small-minded. I mean, he was out of hospital in a week.
Drink up your tea, Georgie, while it's nice and hot.
That's your subject, is it then? Chemistry?
Oh, it's one of them. Then there's metaphysics, thermodynamics, electronics, higher mathematics, and biology. Now, that's very interesting, biology, you know, you see, because you've got... Uncle Alf, there's a blowfly on your plate. Hold on a minute.
No, Georgie!
That's all right, son. Now, you just sit where you are.
Uncle Alfred, do you realise how many germs are carried by the common or garden blowfly?
No.
4,822,956. It's fascinating, really, you know. That fly sits on your plate, and immediately the germs go to work. They multiply like mad. And within a matter of seconds, there's a great sort of film of contamination slowly spreading over the whole of your plate.
They do teach you some funny things at that school of yours, don't they?
Oh, you mean that bit about the germs? Oh, I didn't learn that at school. That's one of my 5,000 fascinating facts. Do you know, Aunt Ada, how many hairs there are on the leg of the common ordinary blowfly?
Drink your tea, Georgie, it's getting cold.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, Georgie, mate!
Oh, I'm sorry, look, I'll be
Please, don't let him go near that wonky leg.
Oh, gosh. Well, no wonder the things fell off. That leg's wonky. Oh, I shouldn't let it stand up to mine. Oh, gosh, Auntie, I'm terribly sorry.
Don't say you're sorry, Georgie, please.
Oh, but I am, Auntie. No, you sit there. Don't move an inch. I'll just get a cloth and a brush. I'll be back in a minute. Don't wait. Stay there.
This time you can accept my notice. Lord help us, not him.
Yes, Etty.
Georgie, what have you done now?
I'm sorry about the glass, Uncle Al. It's my new burglar alarm. Look, do you see that loose piece of hanging wire?
What, this?
Ah, no, don't touch.
This? Who? I know. We should talk, Georgie.
Oh, well, hold on, Uncle.
Hold on, I can't let go.
Stand here. I'll come out and search.
Georgie, did you have to use a chopper?
The plumber! Help! Bring the plumber!
I can't. The phone's underwater.
Well, come up here, babe.
What do you think I am, a flipping salmon?
Help is at hand, Auntie. Be brave.
Georgie, what's this you?
It's my new sprinkler system in case of fire.
In case of it... How are you going to start a fire in this loud?
Oh, that will stop it, Auntie. The bottom of the tank's dropped out.
Oh, no!
Auntie.
Georgie! Don't you dare say you're sorry. Thanks, Letty.
I don't think I've got the strength to lift the cup.
Have you got any aspirin?
You're not having no more. You've had half a bottle since this morning.
Talk soft, Etty, please.
Soft! Soft! I reckon that's what I must be, stuck here running it all on me, Todd. I've got no sympathy for you. I warned you not to have him here in the first place.
Don't talk rough to me, Etty. I'm a jangling mess of jingling nerves.
That's as maybe, but I have resigned 17 times in the past 3 days, and nobody's took a blind bit of notice. I've suffered and all, you know.
Hello, my lovely ones. What a marvellous day for a Friday. Sun is shining, the birds are singing, Newmarket is calling, and I'm receiving a louder clear. I've got 5 beauties that couldn't lose if they ran backwards, and a soul-satisfying feeling that I'm going to go right through the cards without putting a hoof wrong. So come along, let joy be unconfined, into the glad rags and away with me. Ada, my flower. Alfred, my old mate. I have a stake. I've got my cheque.
Your what check?
That reminds me. Ada, I would like to pay my rent.
What rent?
The money's all here. Oh, of course, all right. The more we put down, the more we pick up. Come along, let's go.
Go where?
South of France. Nice.
Go to me, niece.
Australia. I always fancied Australia. Oh, my perishing head.
I told you not to keep banging it up against the wall. Oh, what we have suffered these past 3 days.
3 days. Here. What day is it?
Friday, Alfred, my old dear brother and fellow fancier, Friday.
Friday. Ah, you got away with it, didn't you, you nasty old bath rug? You knew all along.
Inside information. I would have tipped you off, but you were rather unapproachable that morning.
What are we going to do about Georgie?
I don't know what you're worried about. The whole problem's solved.
Yes, eh?
So?
Analysed, considered, solved. Haven't you noticed how quiet it's been this morning?
Has it?
Well, it's certainly quiet now.
Where is he?
Well, I reasoned thus. Bright lad, inquiring mind, bags of youthful vigour, and the approach of a stampeding elephant. Just divert that unquenchable torrent into the right channels, and there you are.
Where are you?
What have you done with Georgie?
I've set him an initiative test.
You've done what?
It's the sort of thing we used to do with the youngsters in the army. We'd set them some mad target, and off they'd trot. They loved it. And, of course, it got them out of our hair for a bit.
What mad target?
Well, anything. Just depended how drunk we were when we thought them up. Get a set of bagpipes. That was what I remember. Get to New York on fourpence. Get Khrushchev's autograph.
You've never sent Georgie to that...
Don't worry, Ada. I wouldn't unleash Georgie on the Russians. I don't think they're quite ready for him yet. No, I've set him quite a simple task.
What have you sent Georgie to get?
A 17-inch double-throw reverse-action panic bolt.
Oh, stone the crows.
First thing that came into my mind.
You must have a very funny mind.
As it usually is.
Double 17, reverse, what was it?
17-inch double-throw reverse-action panic bolt.
Oh, poor little devil, there isn't no such thing.
Oh, yes, there is, but he'll have a hell of a job finding one.
I can just imagine it. All them ironmonger shops, the trail of havoc, the mind boggles.
And boggle it well might.
Well, it'll keep him out of mischief anyway.
Yeah. What happens when he does get back?
By the time that young sprog gets back, Alfred, he'll just want to drop straight into bed, and that will not be for hours yet. Georgie! He hasn't. By God, he has, you know. As I live and booze, a 17-inch double-through reverse-action panic bolt. C'est magnifique, mon brave. France is proud of you. Your trophy. Au revoir. I go.
Where the hell did you get that thing?
Oh, I was lucky I found it outside.
Here, I've seen that before. That's off the cellar flap in our backyard.
Yeah, that's right. I just got your screwdriver.
Husband! Don't you need a telephone? There's no road on it, husband! Georgie, go down the chemist's. Get me bandages, splints, iodine, and a thermometer. And this is a straightforward errand. This is not a test. And if you botch this up, I shall thump your head. Right? Right, off you go. And don't say you're sorry, because if you do one thing more, you will be. Off you go. Now, get Osbert's bed ready. Osbert, you're in good hands.
Bandages, splints, iodine, anaesthetic. No, perhaps not.